What's so special about the main stage production at Lakeshore is that we don't only consider it a high school play. We consider it a community event. You know, when I first came here 15 or 16 years ago, I noticed that the Lakeshore community is like a small town. It has distinctive borders and it has a main street like a small town. And in many small towns, the high school play is the big event of the year. And that's what I wanted to build here at Lakeshore. I wanted to make the main stage production a community event. And I think that's what makes it different from a lot of other high school plays in the city, is that the entire community gets behind this project and we all work together, from parents to teachers to our business community to students throughout the school. Everybody gets behind this project and everybody contributes to the project. So in the end of the day, it's not only a high school play, but it's a whole community production. And I think it's a big part of the Southern Etobicoke calendar every year.
I heard about Lakeshore Collegiate's drama program inadvertently. I'm not exactly sure. I may have heard from someone who heard from someone. So after having made a cold call to Mr. Danakis, he invited me over to the school to meet him. And we were sitting and talking. I was just so impressed with his concept of the program, how the drama program at Lakeshore Collegiate had evolved, how he did what he did, that I thought it would be really nice to become involved. And I offered to use a little bit of my experience to help with a set for the show that he was doing in 2012.
I spent a lot of time thinking what play to do the following year. And I think that's where I spend most of my time, trying to think of what play to choose. But what's really important is to choose a play that is what I consider a literary classic. Like, it has to, whether it's modern or period, it has to be an important play to the history of theater, and it has to have some substance, because if you're going to live with this play for an entire year, and if you're going to spend so much time on this play, it has to have some substance. And I never forget that I'm a teacher first, so I think that this play really, really needs to have some themes in it that the kids can really learn from. Because sure, we're trying to create a professional production, but we also want our students to really learn something about a particular period in history or a particular issue. So we try to pick plays of substance, we try to pick plays that will be entertaining for an audience, and we also try to pick plays that the student actors can really, really learn from.
I support the Drama Mainstage program because it takes it to a much higher level than anything I've experienced in other elementary or high school productions. It's far more professional than what I've typically seen through friends, families, and schools, and even growing up myself. It's far more what you would expect out of a college level or university type production. I have had children that have gone on to university levels in drama, and it's the dedication, the depth of characters, the complexity of the plays are far more than I would have expected.
Since I was really young, all I wanted to do was act, and all I wanted to do was write. So when you kind of watch that dream come true, and when you participate very actively in that dream coming true, it's pretty incredible. My interest in Lakeshore's drama program is incredible because it fueled my interest. So I've been acting since I was 5 years old. When we lived in India, my uncle's an actor there, so I acted on all of kind of his projects, my own. I directed, I wrote things myself. So it kind of, when we moved here, I've always known that I would be an actor, so it was just a matter of how to make that happen. Mr. Danakis was the person that really encouraged it, really fueled it. He cast me right away in a play here. Camille was the play. My character name was Yvette. And to this day, I have the first draft of the play with, you know, his notes and my notes. But it was his fueling. He just really, really encouraged it. The feeling of being here and being a part of the main stage production, which wasn't titled main stage production at the time, we just did a play. We did the last school play. And kind of the season of the school year, and it was an exhilarating time because everybody, you know, was so invested. You know, my friend Adam Chrisman, who I'm still friends with, was the lead in the play, and he was this handsome chap, you know, blonde, you know, kind of blue eyes, gorgeous guy. Everybody loved him. So of course he was the hero, and you know, and it was, what was exhilarating about it was the investment that everybody put into. You know, you had carpentry shop working on it, electrician people, everybody kind of just contributed their time, their energy, and their resources. And it was Mr. Dinakis's kind of really, really beautiful direction. And I don't mean just on stage, I mean off stage, of how he managed kind of that many things happening, which I learned professionally later. I was like, oh my God, he was doing 2,000 things. And how did one man manage to do all of that? Because at that time, it wasn't that many people helping. I mean, of course there was, but now from what I'm understanding, there's a lot more structure to it, in the sense that it's a class, people train in advance. But at the time, he cast it and we did it. But it was an exhilarating time because we wanted to do the best show for the community with the best resources we had.
What made me want to join Mainstage, there was multiple factors. One of them being that the family around Mainstage was so beautiful and great that it was just such a welcoming place to be. But as well as Mr. Dinakis was one of the main reasons why I joined Mainstage, and it was quite fascinating to be part of the wonderful high-scale performances done by the Mainstage. It's quite an honor, actually.
Mainstage's environment is warm and kind, yet professional, which I love so much about it. As soon as you walk in, you're welcomed into the room, and you just feel the love of the family.
I'm totally agreeing with Hillary on that. We're a high school theater company that deals with these with kids, and you'd think, oh, their plays are going to be really bad and not very good, but really we're up to scale with professional theater, and that sort of thing is because we're not just professional, we're fun. We have all this sort of stuff that goes on behind our rehearsals that build us as actors and as persons.
My initial impression of his exuberance and the way the program was imprinted with that exuberance was reinforced when I started meeting the kids who were involved. Every single one of them impressed me just as much as Mr. Dinakis did. I was knocked out by the people. I met students who had been there for 3 years and students who were there for the first year. And right across the board, with the, 40 or 50 people that I was dealing with firsthand, every single one of them was completely committed to doing this production.
The dedication that's put into every year's Mainstage is absolutely mind-boggling, to tell you the truth. I mean, the amount of hours we spent on the play, it's a whole year project. That's the time you need to put in. It takes a whole year. It takes an army of over 200 people who help out. It takes the entire community. It takes the teachers in the school, the students that are not only drama students, but in all other departments.
People were there because they wanted to be there, and they gave it everything they could. I was taken that the 5 or 6 leads of that production were there every day with me, getting paint on their clothes, painting the sets, because it was their show. It was their stage. It was their theater, their school.
Is some of the wonderful actors that we've produced here at Lakeshore, in terms of them going out into the professional theater and making a real impact on the Canadian theater scene. Names like Anusri Roy, Adam Chrisman, Alex Ozerov. I'm really proud at the artists that we've developed here and who have gone on to experience a tremendous amount of success in the professional theater world. So Lakeshore is well represented in the theater industry, in the film industry, both on and off camera, on and off the stage, and those students are a real motivation to current students who know that if they work hard and if they contribute to the drama department here and learn from the drama department here, that they can go out into the real theater world and make a real impact.